we did a couple compression tests on the Jeep, and we figured because the Jeep still had power, yet all of the tests read about 75 except the last two pistons, we figured the head gasket was probably broken. So we currently have the engine pulled apart, and there's the head gasket. And as you can see, I mean, it's probably broken. I don't know. You can see some of the cylinders are very clean. Some are dirty. Yeah, and I think that's coolant. So I'm pretty sure, I mean, it's not like super obvious, and I don't really know exactly how to tell, but I'm pretty sure it's broke. But as you can see, we got our pretty neat engine disassembly organization stuff going on. So yeah, this is pretty fun. This is our first time fully tearing apart an engine with the intention of putting it back together, so it's kind of interesting. And we haven't really looked too much at the cylinders, but they look pretty decent. You know, there's not any intense, obvious scoring that we can see so far yet. So I think other than this one, I had something somewhere, I don't even remember, but yeah, it looks okay. So it's 4:40 a.m. We got this whole thing assembled, kind of loosely assembled. I just want to see if it starts at this point and go to bed. All right, here. Yep. Still idle's rough though. So it's probably gotta work its way out. Oh, look at that. Look at what? Smoke. It's probably just the oil and all the crap. And it's just all of it. Dude, it does run, I can tell you that. Took it pretty much all apart, they put it back together, and it runs. Okay. Temps are looking pretty decent actually. It probably also has $1 million vacuum leaks. Sure, but it's right now. Boys, I do have to keep my foot on the throttle to get it to idle. However, it is cooling itself for the first time ever. It looks like it's bleeding itself. I am getting a check engine light, and if we check this thing out, it says it is the throttle pedal position sensor. So we did try like replugging it and stuff, but this hasn't been a problem before, and it did idle at first when I did start it up right away. But I'm just so stoked that the fact that it's actually cooling itself, and I mean it sounds so much better than it did before. I hope that it doesn't kill the head gasket right away because like the frickin' head is warped or nothing like that, but man, I'm so stoked. But right now it is 5 a.m. and I need some sleeps. $312, $208, $84. That's, I think, the hottest that's ever gotten. So let's talk about everything we've put in here, and let's talk about the issues that it still has. So after doing all of the gaskets, mainly the head gasket, installing that, we did get rid of the immediate overheating, and it seems like the coolant kind of flows now. We also got rid of the issue where tons of moisture was coming out of the throttle body after it got hot and we shut it off. But it still wasn't running perfectly. We did get a fault code for TPS sensor, although we never actually took it out. We just unplugged it, so I don't know. We'll probably just try unplugging and plugging that back in. But so far, that's the only codes. However, this thing just really doesn't run perfect yet. So, I did put on a new distributor cap, brand new. The old one was pretty cruddy. You can see there's a lot of corrosion on some of these, and then on the inside, you can't see it as well, but it is pretty gross and corroded. All that white stuff is all just corrosion. But after adding that as well, the thing still doesn't run perfectly. So if anyone has any suggestions, that would be awesome. But I will start it up. And the one thing we did notice is there is no thermostat in here right now, but it still kind of overheats. It does get quite warm, and it gets quite warm quickly. And I did end up finding this in the Jeep, which looks like the old water pump. So I'm assuming that one's brand new. Well, was new or something like that. But it still seems to have issues, and it is topped off on coolant. So there should be no issues there. But yeah, I'm just going to start it up, and we'll see, or you guys can hear how it runs and hopefully give us some suggestions as to how we should proceed. Seems to start easy. Okay, so base temperatures just a little bit above 60. So you can see the RPM is it's just kind of chugging around like I don't know what the deal is. It's really hard to check all the temperatures of each individual exhaust port because they have it on the same side as the intake. Water is steadily increasing. So as you can see, it's just kind of running like weird at idle. See if it still has that entry code. Right now I think it doesn't have any codes right now. So right now it thinks it's running beautifully. But as you can see, it's just kind of chugging around. If I raise the RPM a little, it seems to smooth out with more RPM. And then when I let off, it has kind of a hard time going back to idle. See that? It's just... Also, I don't know what that squealing noise is. Sounds like it's coming from the rear. It's not very consistent though. When it doesn't want to come down, I have to help it go back down to idle slowly. That exhaust only at 200. Should be a little warmer now, I think. What? That one's saying 140. That's really low. You were saying like, I think I'm not getting great readings because there's such a small window, but. Oh no, yeah, I think I'm getting bad readings. It depends where I put it. Except this first one seems to be quite low. So it seems like it's not firing on all six perfectly yet. But I did put a new distributor on it. These are all new plugs. So now it's reading, yeah, that's very low. So, seems like it's still misfiring, whereas this middle one, this one's like already to 500. This one, it's so difficult to get a reading on these. Oh, there's one of our missing bolts, I think.
Oh man, look at that.
This one's pretty warm. Yeah, it's just, seems like they're all running at different temperatures. He's trying. He just runs like crap. I don't know what the deal is. But like I said, when I drive it, it does have plenty of power, so I don't know. I only replaced the distributor cap. I haven't done the wires. I haven't done any of that other stuff. So. But I mean, I can easily choke the motor out. So.
Yeah.
Anyways, I think that's gonna do it for this so far. Until we can get some more things to try out. Or maybe the motor is just, I don't really know what could be causing a misfire if the motor is bad. Maybe like a valve issue, but I think it'd be backfiring or something if it had valving issues. So I don't know, I'm at a loss.